Hey YouTube, what's going on? I I hope you can see this okay. I'm trying something a little bit different because I didn't like the glare that showed um, on the screen when I did the records at night. I'm doing this at night because I didn't have time to do it earlier because I was gone, and I'm trying something different so that there's less glare um, reflecting off of the albums from the camera. So the night ones I'm going to try and do over here or against the albums, but I'm trying this to do a little bit different. Um, as probably most of you are, I'm always way behind on updating videos, answering back, and all that stuff. I'm gonna repost videos from my old channel that was shut down. That probably they date back to 2010. Because that's when I originally first started the tail end of 2010. November, December, somewhere around there, was when I first started watching Mr. Hall of Fame's videos and everything. Um, and I started posting at the end or beginning of that. I well, the first video I actually didn't have any audio because the webcam I got didn't allow for that, and that stuff won't go back up. But anyway, um, so like I said, I'm way behind. I've got about 8 that were recent finds videos at the time, but are now, of course, old to do that I'm still going to do because I think that those videos still deserve to see the light of day again because, while they're not recent anymore, they were recent at the time and it's still cool to show. And so I'm going to be doing a bunch of the old stuff, like I said, and I know I've been saying that for a while now, but I'm going to get around to that eventually. I don't have a lot of time. My internet is really slow, even when it works, which it doesn't always do. Hopefully, I can get that fixed, but it really comes down to being able to afford it. Okay, so the reason for this video is 2 different threads that I saw. Sublime Media did one, and Into the Pacific, I believe is Pacific something. I apologize. Found out about him. So I'm going to answer both of those threads in one video. Um, and I'll start with Into the Pacific. He talked about uh, your most anticipated releases, um, and his second question was your top 5 releases for the year, and then the third one was where do you get your records. Um, as far as anticipated records, I haven't really been buying a lot of new stuff that's come out this year. I was interested in Worship Music by Anthrax, but after seeing the Jimmy Fallon, because they were on Jimmy Fallon and performed "The Devil You Know," it's catchy, but it wasn't really thrash. The intro to it, at least in the version that was played on Jimmy Fallon, I didn't really like. It sounded kind of odd. I may still pick it up, but you know, I don't know. I'll probably have to listen to the tracks because from That's Not Metal and For the Record 182, they both said that it's not really a thrash album, which is what I mean. I like Anthrax because they're thrash. I like the thrash metal. I like their older stuff. The other release would be Megadeth's latest album that I just found out about the last couple of days. It'll be released beginning of November. That I may pick up, but otherwise, I'm not really um, buying new vinyl. I haven't really bought new vinyl, and I'm trying to save my money because I want to get Uncharted 3, the video game, as kind of like the one big video game purchase for the year as a Christmas present to myself, kind of thing. So I've got to save up for that. And so I'm putting the brakes on vinyl purchasing for the moment to get that, and because I've been buying a lot of records over the past couple of months that I haven't posted yet, which again I'm behind, but I've been posting other things and answering the threads and doing other stuff. So that took away from that. But I'll be posting more and not just unfortunately won't be able to watch as much because again I don't have all that much time. Um, okay, and top five records for the year again. Um, it's like for that previous question, I haven't really been buying all that much new stuff. Probably the only real new piece that I bought was the best of uh, the From Fear to Eternity, Iron Maiden. I believe that came out this year. Uh, I believe so. Yeah. Um, yeah, I did. So that's probably the only one that I can say to answer that question. Um, and as far as um, where I get my information from, there's a website mailing list, Hot Music Tracks or Hot Tracks, something like that, that I use that I usually go to that gives me updates. Um, I don't really have any record store near where I'm at. The closest one is in Phoenix, which is 150 miles away. Um, so I can't really go to a record store very often. So I use eBay mostly. I've also gotten records from the BC. Um, so basically that's the thing. You know, typically where I get my stuff, if I'm able to go to a record store, you know, I'll go with like 200, 250 bucks, or I'll make sure my credit card is at zero balance, and I'll just go and I'll spend as much as I can buying, make sure new stuff, old stuff for whatever genre, or that kind of thing. So that's pretty much where I'm at. But I can't go and get like record store day stuff. I mean, I don't really have access to all of that because I live basically in the middle of nowhere, so there's no real, and I can't really do Goodwill or any of those other things. A thrift store, because again, where I'm at, you can't really find that stuff. Um, where I'm at, which is unfortunate, but that's um, that's what happens. So I don't really get to buy as frequently as I would like. Um, I do use eBay a lot. I do overpay for a lot of stuff, but I basically use eBay to buy harder to find stuff or original copies of stuff that you wouldn't be able to find in originals or just wouldn't be able to find. As an example, um, you can't walk into a record store most of the time and get a Megaforce pressing of Metallica Kill 'Em All. You can't do that um, very often. Um, and again, obviously, because of my age, I haven't been collecting, records for 20, 30, 40 years. So so again, it really, so it all depends. Um, but I guess that, hopefully that answers the question. Okay. So that was in the Pacifics answer. I hope that's an answer. If not, I apologize. That's the best way I can answer. Figured I'd throw in my 2 cents. Okay. Sublimedia wanted to talk about box sets, and he specified vinyl box sets. So I showed him a question to include CDs. I haven't got an answer yet, but I have the time to post the answer, so I'll do it. I won't include CD box sets, which I have more of. So the one that I do, I will grab. Okay, and it is very heavy. And hopefully, Yeah, good. It didn't break. Okay. Um, Vinyl box set. Vinyl Conflict by Slayer, released last year. Um, for more information on this, check out the two-part overview review that I did on this for more information, because I won't go into a lot of detail tonight. In that video that you can find through my channel, I break everything down as best as I can as far as differences between the originals and this set, which I own all of the originals, um, and they're all open. So that's why I've decided to keep this closed, keep it sealed, because I've got playable versions of these. Anyway, this goes over everything from Rain and Blood to World Painted Blood. This was released last year, so I believe it's 10 albums, with Live Decade of Regression being a double album. So there's 11 discs in this set with 10 albums. Original artwork restored to the 12 by 12. The polyurethane sleeves. So they don't have any artwork, but they are protected better. Anyway. So that's the one box set. It's really cool. I would recommend it if you can afford it. It is a bit pricey. I want to make something very clear to everyone. Do not buy this on eBay. I pre-ordered this. I believe it was August of last year. I paid $130 for the set and then $10 for shipping, so I got it a little less. When it actually came out, through their website, they were asking a little bit more, but they've done several sales through their site to get it reduced, and so they don't, so you can find it relatively inexpensively, especially now. For those that are in other parts of the world, I'm sure that there's a way to get, because I know Fuji had this. I'm sure 26 Bond has it. And so I'm sure there's other ways to get it. Do not get it on eBay, because this set is way overpriced. Some guys are asking $200 flat. I've seen it go for $250. That's the asking price, though. I do have to stress that. That's not what it actually sold for. I've seen sellers break up this set and sell it individually, which includes just selling the box that this comes in, which I think is a stupid idea. And I can't say this to be sure, but I think that they were trying to trick people by trying to pass it off as an original set. It's an original album by just having it, having just the individual album. There's ways you can tell, but a lot of people don't provide quality pictures. And usually I stay away from those listings, and I would suggest others do the same, but you don't have to listen to me. But that's just a word of advice from me about that. Be careful with eBay. But this is a cool set, like I've already said, and I would recommend it only if it is affordable, because it is pricey. Because this is really my favorite band, along with Black Sabbath / Ozzy. I include them together. I was willing to pay the sticker price. But to each his own, and that's for your own mind to make up. Okay, and I'm almost out of time. So those are the thread answers. I hope they're sufficient enough. I'll have more of my own posts soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.